right, so starting. All right, cool. I think we're live now. All right, how you doing, guys? This is Jonathan Ortega from Off Market Ninja, bringing you another interview with yet another industry expert in the wholesaling space. I'm excited to talk to Adam Dutchman. Is that right? Is I say Dutchman? Adam Dutchman from Dutchman Realty. Adam is a realtor and expert wholesaler. He's here to answer all questions about the pros and cons about wholesaling with a license and the pros and cons about wholesaling without a license. But first, a special announcement: we have launched our platform, offmarketninja.com. You'll get instant access to nationwide buyers, and that will buy your deals, and A through Z wholesaling blueprint. Many features are still being worked on, including the member Q&A, such as this one. With industry experts. So head over to www.offmarketninja.com. The price is $30 a month, and you'll get full access to a platform, and it will be $30 for life as long as you're still a member. Only 30. I'm only letting 30 people in, and right now I'm giving a 30-day free trial. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna keep that up, but 30-day free trial. But on another note, welcome, Adam. Welcome, Adam. How you doing, man?
Good. Yeah. So I actually changed my channel name to
how
to wholesale real estate.
How to wholesale real estate. Okay, gotcha. I'll change that on the. Give me a minute here. Let me stop sharing. There you are. Okay, I'll change it on the how to wholesale real estate. So your YouTube channel is called now How to Wholesale Real Estate. Okay, that's what I have. Was it something different before?
It was Dutchman Realty.
Oh, I see. Okay, gotcha.
But people aren't excited about retail real estate than wholesale.
Then wholesaling, yeah, for sure. I mean, just a quick plug here. The name of my group is Real Estate Wholesalers Wholesaling Real Estate, and it's just like SEO gold mine because it has real estate in there twice and wholesaling twice. So yeah, you're right. It's they're interested about wholesaling, so that's why in less than a year we've grown to 14,000 people. Same reason, so yeah, how to wholesale real estate. You're gonna get a whole lot of people, a whole lot of SEO out of that. It's really cool. Anyways,
how have you grown?
I'm sorry.
How have you grown this year?
How have I grown? Just honestly, it's all organically. We've had some periods when we were actually about to launch our site. We had some periods that we had to shut down because we were getting about 500 requests a day, and it was pretty insane. I'm positive that it's got to do with the name, the Real Estate Wholesalers Wholesaling Real Estate name. Positive it's got to do with that, and I mean, I got people in there from all over the world, all over the United States. And I mean, honestly, I haven't put any marketing dollars, nothing after it, nothing behind it. So,
That's good. Yeah, that's
really good.
That's actually what I'm working on right now, is building my social media, because as a realtor and a wholesaler, my biggest expense is advertising.
Yeah. It's actually anybody in business period.
Right, exactly.
That's it's true. And what you can really do is just put a plug in for your Dutchman Realty business, when you are, I don't know, when you're doing your thing of teaching people how to wholesale or whatever. I'm sure you get a lot of followers out of that. You already have a lot of followers either way. Anyway, so I know we've been trying to set this up. I've been a little bit of under the weather. I apologize, man. I had to reschedule on you a few times, so I apologize for that. I really, really appreciate your patience. And I like your format. I've been looking at your YouTube videos. I like your format, how casual you are, and you're just basically helping people. And it's like basically you're talking to people. I love that. I love that. I'll try to keep that same format here, even though I did prepare, and I have my things ready or whatever. And part of that is because I'm an introvert. I do need talking points and all that. I can't get it out of that. But yeah, I really like that format. It's really cool. Been watching a lot of your videos. You're just basically helping people, and it makes sense because I basically do the same thing. I have one person asking me one question, which this question I've heard many times. So I wish I would have thought of that when I'm helping one person. Just turn on the camera because that question is gonna come out like 10,000
Right.
times. So
Yeah, people hate it. I constantly do that. People want information. I'm like, all right, let's do a Zoom meeting because everybody
yeah,
else is gonna want to know this too.
right, and
So
it's genius, man. It's you know, it's and it's cool. I mean, if they have a question, I found that even I don't have that many videos up because I just started actually recording interviews, recording videos. Like heck, before I was like one-on-one people with you, but now, even now with the amount of videos that I have now, I can send people in my videos, hey, check this video out. Even though I don't have that many, check this video out if you want to answer to that question because that's a question that comes up so often. So
that's
that's
exactly
cool.
what I do.
You know,
Yeah.
that's what you do, right? Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, cool, man. So tell me a little about yourself. How you get into the industry, into the real estate industry.
So I got into the real estate industry by fix and flipping,
Okay.
which is the worst way to start because it's really it's really dangerous. And
Right.
I've almost gone bankrupt at times from
Wow.
doing it.
Really?
Oh yeah, man, it just always is more than you expect. It takes longer than you expect. And like right now, you're gonna hear some noise right now in the background. I'm doing a flip right here. I'm sitting here.
Oh,
There,
really?
there, there's 20 beams that they're fixing on my roof.
Oh, wow. Wow. And I can imagine with the prices also going on right now with like plywood and all that stuff.
Oh, it's
I
crazy.
can't imagine being a flipper at this point. It's just ridiculous.
You better double your numbers, everything you think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that roof cost you like $50,000 probably. What?
So I bought the plywood like 2 weeks ago because
Uh-huh.
I had to replace my almost all of the plywood on my roof.
Right.
And so I bought it and it was $40 a sheet, and now it's $65 a sheet.
Wow. So almost doubled in like what, 2 weeks?
What's crazier is the lower grade OSB is
Mhm.
more expensive than the higher grade CDX plywood.
That's crazy.
The CDX is only like 55, 57 maybe. And so it's just the demand is crazy
Yeah.
right now
Yeah. That's what it
for
is.
it.
That's why I'm loving all the memes of of the plywood prices. I'm
Oh
part of
yeah.
a lot of wholesaling or flipper real estate groups, and the memes are killing me. They're funny. There was
Oh
this
yeah.
one that he was given, I think, a porch. There was something in the garage, and well, the old lady said that you could have everything in the garage. So there was a porch and there was some plywood. Like, and the guy's like, hey, I got these pieces of plywood, like ignoring the porch, but the plywood it was pretty
Oh
funny.
yeah, I've seen that one
You have to be
definitely.
there. I'm not a good storyteller. Anyways, anyways, man. All right. So you're a wholesaler. In particular, you're also a licensed realtor too, right? Um, so what markets are you in? Just so just for the benefit of the audience.
So I focus in Washington, in like Seattle area,
Okay.
but that's just where I get the best ROI on my business. I also I'm
Whoop, sorry.
oh I also buy anywhere. If I can find a good deal,
Okay.
I'll buy anywhere. So the one of the key features of the way that I wholesale, it allows me to do it everywhere because I'm a realtor. I I'll just list a property anywhere. So and most people don't even understand that they can, but or how to
Yeah.
do it. And since I know how and I know I can, I just if I don't worry about cash buyer lists. I don't
You just
worry
list it.
about people they're on Facebook all the time. I need cash buyers in this city. I need cash buyers. And then there's all these people, they're like, oh, I got cash buyers for $40. Here, get the list for $40. The list of cash buyers. Oh, I got cash buyers. Let's joint venture. I got cash. Everybody with their cash buyers.
Yeah.
I don't need no cash buyers. Actually, when I post a house, I'm going to get all the best cash buyers in the area right away.
So you, even when you're host, you take the, I mean, this is something that I've been, and this is, we were talking, a few weeks back,
Mhm.
and that's how you caught my attention, because I been in the real estate real industry since like 2014, 15. And this is something that people, and even my mentor, been going back and forth with. Is it possible? It's illegal, you know,
Oh yeah, everybody's going to tell you it's illegal.
yeah, of
Everybody.
course, of
Oh, you
course. Yeah.
can't do that. Oh, it's illegal. Oh, it's unethical. No, it's not. Not in any way.
That is cool, and that's cool to know. So actually, with, even if you don't have a license, so if you have a relationship with a realtor, you
Right.
can do that. You can list it
Right.
in
You
your
don't even
MLS.
have to be a realtor. As a realtor, I just understand it, and I can get an extra fee from the referral for being an agent, referring them my own contract.
Okay. So that's cool. That's cool. So this is a double whammy. That's pretty cool. So what you do is you get on the contract yourself. You have equitable interest, and at that point, basically, you have the right to
Right.
list it.
So I'm selling the contract and not the house. That's the difference.
Right, 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 right. Gotcha.
And
Gotcha.
so because I'm selling the contract, and I have equitable interest, I'm listing the contract on the MLS just as if it was Craigslist or anything else.
Okay. Gotcha. So that, okay. That's different.
Right, but I
That's
got
cool.
19 websites looking at my posts instead of Craigslist. You're only getting the bottom, you know, the people looking for the cheap deals.
Right. Now, was there any a time that you were not licensed in wholesaling? Have you always been licensed?
I started real estate wholesaling. I mean, I'm sorry. I started as a flipper, but
As a
then
flipper,
I
yeah.
moved into selling residential real estate, retail, and then I've moved
Okay.
into wholesaling.
Okay. So you were an agent before you were a wholesaler, and
Right.
then you just brought it around. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Right. So I understood making a deal. I understood contracts. I understood what's, a price on the house, you know.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, cool. So if anybody, guys, if anybody has any questions, please let me know. I'm sorry, please let me know. Please post them. I am working by myself. I'm usually with my assistant. Hi, Yvette. Happy birthday. It's her birthday, so I had to give her the day off. So that what you heard that right there is me just like going through the going through our live and see if anybody posted. So I apologize for that earlier. But I'm by myself. So if you see bloopers like that, I apologize in advance. But guys, go ahead and post any questions that you may have. I do have some myself that I'm going to keep asking. If
Okay.
anybody has any questions, just definitely post and let us know. So anyway, so do you recommend, and I know that you weren't a wholesaler before, but do you recommend start wholesaling without a license and then eventually get licensed?
I mean, it depends, for me, being a realtor has and it is realtor, it's not realtor. There's no E in there. Anyway,
Realtor.
yeah,
Realtor.
yeah, yeah. So being a realtor I have all these connections. I got lenders, I got closing companies, I got real attorneys, I got closing agents, I got anybody that you know when I have questions, I know exactly where to go. And that's why I always tell people become a real estate professional in some way. If you want to be involved in real estate, there's, why are you going to be working at Walmart and then working at real estate on the side? I mean, go ahead. Don't get kicked out of your apartment or anything, but if you need to focus on what you're doing. And being a realtor has allowed me just the best connections. That's really the best way to do it.
Gotcha. Okay. So you do recommend, because there's two schools of thought here, because there's the ones that say no, don't get licensed. It has its cons, which I've
There is
researched myself.
So the
Yeah.
cons are, there are
Go ahead.
cons. You can't lie to people. Well, I don't lie to people anyway.
Right. Right.
So I mean, the biggest problem that I run into is I do have to tell people that I'm a
You're a
realtor
realtor. Yeah.
in the contract, and if they're not expecting it, or they don't like realtors, it may scare them away. But
Right.
you got to just go with that, because you got to be honest.
You kind of jumped into one of my next questions here. So what happens if somebody, because in my experience, when I wholesale, a lot of people, like for example, the for sale by owners, they are, they don't like realtors. So how do you get around that? Is that a problem? Have you lost deals because of that, or?
No, you are right that people may be scared, but the thing is, when I'm buying a house, I'm buying a house,
Right.
and I'm giving them money. And when I'm a
So you
realtor,
are a buyer when you come to these people.
right? But I mean, every time I'm around them, I say I'm a realtor. I'm a realtor. I'm a
Okay.
realtor. It's in the
Gotcha.
contract. I'm a realtor.
So
But
because you are the buyer for the home, I'm sorry, Kutch, you're able to get around that hurdle of being a realtor, because you're not
right,
there to list their property, you're there to buy their property,
I'm
right?
not there to make them pay me something. That's what they feel like
Right,
when I
right,
tell
right.
them
You're there to pay them. Gotcha.
I'm paying them. So they're like, how much are you going to give me?
Gotcha.
They don't care what, if it says, doctor or realtor.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I like that. And I'm not licensed. And there's a reason for that. I'll tell you in a minute. I'm not licensed. And my mentor, he used to have a thing about being licensed because he had so much marketing out there, and his thing was, I'm gonna have to change all my marketing to say I'm a realtor and have my license or whatever in there. Is that, that's all I
No,
heard.
that's
No,
not true.
that's not true. Okay. So
You
for
you can't.
years I thought of that.
Let me expand on that.
Yeah.
I can't have a sign that says I buy houses and then a house that says Keller Williams. They don't represent each other.
Right.
So it doesn't, I can't have my we buy houses signs with my realtor signs anyway. They just don't
They don't
they
go
don't
together.
fit.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
don't work together. So one, they're counteractive, and two, the companies don't represent each other. So
Right.
you can't have them together. They are totally different businesses. It doesn't matter.
So
You
even if
yeah.
you have a we buy houses sign, you don't have to have anything on it that says you're a realtor,
No,
because you're
because
just buying
Keller
houses.
right, Keller Williams does not buy houses. They only sell houses.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Cool. Another thing that I've heard, and this may be, prevalent in wholesaling circles. You may have a ding on your history, right? On your record, which does that prevent you from becoming a realtor?
It
Uh,
can, but
okay.
um, for the most part, if you are bettering your life, they're gonna let you,
Gotcha.
right?
Gotcha. Also, I think it also depends on the state.
Right.
Some states
And
may
it
be.
it's more about what you did. If you have violent crimes, then they may not
Gotcha.
want you.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Cool. So I know you're in Washington, right? You're in
Yeah.
Washington. Uh, are you near Aberdeen? That's where Kurt Cobain is from. I'm just.
Aberdeen
Is that called? Is that?
Aberdeen. It's funny because Aberdeen is not a famous place. It
It's
is.
not. It's a small town, ain't it?
It's the only thing it's famous for is drugs,
And Kurt Cobain.
and Kurt Cobain. Um, there's like maybe 15,000 people there,
Really?
and it's actually the cheapest real estate area in Washington.
Okay. Okay. I know one of the bigger pockets guys. He's from there too. I don't know if it's. I don't even know who it is. I think it's Brandon or the other guy.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyway,
Okay.
just sidetrack there.
I
All right.
don't super keep up with bigger pockets. I respect them, but
Yeah.
um, it's it's not bad. Yeah, I just haven't really spent much time on it.
Gotcha.
Um, yeah, so Aberdeen is probably an hour drive from me. I live close to Tacoma, and
Tacoma.
Tacoma
Okay.
right now is the hottest market in the United States.
Really? Really? I
And
would have thought Phoenix. That's
Phoenix,
crazy.
see the thing is, when you do the numbers, Phoenix may be going more percentage, like say Washington's only gone up 30%.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Phoenix may have gone up 70%, but that 70% is only this much compared to Washington. The
Gotcha.
average house that I deal with is 500K.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
The
Gotcha.
average house in Phoenix is half of that.
Yeah.
So they can go up twice as much, and it won't change much. There's going up. Let's put it this way: I'm buying a house right now, and because it's a $500,000 house, it's going up in $50,000 chunks.
Right. Isn't that instead of 1,000 here and there? Where
I
it
mean,
might
it still does that. It's still
it
doing
still
that,
does
but
that. Okay.
it's going up big amounts. Like every month, the
Gotcha.
market is going up like 10% here, which
Wow.
10% is like
It's a lot.
50,000 on a normal house.
A lot. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
in Arizona, 10% is only 20,000.
That's a normal house for you. I'm in Georgia, so that's a normal house for you. I'm more in the Arizona kind of market scene type of
Right.
because here an average house right now they're really high and they're 250,000. That's really high for us. But we're used to dealing in especially in the wholesale space with houses for less than 100,000. For that $500,000, I'm able to get 20.
Yeah, so for 250, you're gonna get something that's boarded up, maybe even in Aberdeen. But
Wow.
in town, it's gonna be boarded up. It's for 100,000, you're not even getting the lot. The lot is
Really?
a buildable lot is about 120,000.
Wow. That's crazy. I always had this question because when we do numbers here, you got rent for like $500 a month or whatever, right? How would I even work if I bought a house for like 500,000 and what's the rent looking like? Like, is the rent like $2,000 for a one bedroom? What is it? Because the cap rate would just not make sense. How would that work? If
Okay, so right now the market is being artificially held down, especially in
Right.
Washington. So I have a rental and I haven't been able to raise the rent in 2 years
Okay.
because of the moratorium here. For everybody else who doesn't know, moratorium means that you can't raise the prices, you can't kick people out.
Yeah, yeah.
So um, so the rents are being held down, but the prices are shooting up like crazy.
Wow.
So the rents are just staying low. So as soon as the moratorium goes away
The
this
rents
year
are
or
gonna go
next year,
crazy.
whenever they do it, it's the rents are going to shoot up like 25%. But again, that being said, the prices here are a little bit different because there's so much appreciation, you don't get much cash flow.
Mm, okay. So you're more looking for appreciation than
Which is
cash flow.
bad, but
Yeah.
so you gotta make your numbers make sense still. You gotta have a little more money in the deal. Um, and probably the cap rate is a little lower, um, but the appreciation right now is so crazy. Like I said, I think I made 50 grand while I'm in contract on this house.
While in contract. So,
While in contract.
oh wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
So, imagine flipping and by the time you get the house, you made an extra 50 grand
Without touching the house, basically.
without even touching it. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I see why you guys are making your money then. Um, with us, what's an average rent? Like just an Aberdeen 3-2 house, whatever.
So the houses are, the rents are very much like your guys's.
Really?
Um, yeah. So a 2,000 square foot house is going to rent for maybe 2,200.
That's actually high here, but
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah. I mean, the numbers are going to be a little high still,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
but
gotcha, gotcha.
but they're not 7,000 where the
Oh, okay.
prices are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because in order to okay, a healthy cap rate. I'm sorry, we're going off the tangent, but I'm just curious. A healthy cap rate here is 15%, which in order to make that work, you'll have to have for a $500,000 house, probably a $7,000 rent or something like that. I don't know. I'm just doing numbers in my head, but is that right? Yeah, that's about right.
It's not that
So,
much, but yeah.
yeah, okay, got you. So I always wonder how you guys make it work in that in West Coast California, New York, the higher markets, because that's
So I have to get a deal. First of all, you got to get 20% off or something to
right,
be able to even make it work. You got to
right,
have a building that is ideal for renting. So like a 2,000 square foot house. If you got, big land, obviously the numbers won't make any sense. So if you
yeah,
got a 2,000 square foot house and you get 20% equity the second you buy, and then you got to put down 20% when you buy anyway as an investor.
gotcha,
So now I got
gotcha.
40% in the house. So now it probably only breaks even today, but after they get rid of the moratorium, it will spring back and be more. I like to go by the 1% rule.
The
Do you
one
know what that
percent
is?
rule.
Yeah.
I have a lot of rules. Which one is that one?
Okay, so the 1% says that I want to make 1% of the actual value of the house on the rent.
Gotcha. Yeah, I heard of that one. Okay, gotcha, gotcha. That makes sense. That makes sense. Um, so when that what's it called the where the rents are held moratorium, is that what you call it?
Yeah.
When that's gone, then you are going to want to raise your rent so you can make at least 1%. Is
I'm
that what you're
gonna
saying?
I'm gonna raise my I won't get to 1%, but I'm gonna want to raise my rents, and so everybody else. And so it's
Okay,
just gonna climb really fast.
gotcha.
And it may be a problem actually.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's being held artificially held down, so it's gonna spring back up.
yeah, gotcha, gotcha. All right, going back to this, we got out on a tangent. Thank you. I appreciate that. So take us through the cost to get licensed. I know you're in Washington, so it's gonna vary from state to state. But I mean, and the reason I say that is because we're my audience basically newbies, right? So, and a lot of them, I get this question a lot: should I get licensed? Should I not? My answer always says, hey, get a deal first, make some money first, right? That's me.
Right.
you know
Okay.
just make some money first. Even, like I said, I'm not licensed, and mostly it comes from my mentor not being licensed and kind of having that stigma about being licensed or whatever. But I'm not licensed myself, and I always tell people get licensed. I mean, do a deal first. So if you do decide to get licensed, because honestly, it does vary from person to person if you should get licensed or not. uh
Right.
so what will be like the cost associated with that? I know it's over 1,000,
So let
at
me go
least
back
here.
real quick. So hold on. Sorry. So where you guys are just looking for making the best ROI on rent per month.
Right.
Like for me, I'm gonna buy this house right now. I'm gonna have 20% equity when I buy it, 20% when I put it in there. So I'm at 40% equity. I'm
Right.
going to pull that money right back out, and I have no money in the house.
Right.
And I'm gonna have like 200 grand, like that I can just play with instead of making 20 bucks a month extra, and getting there. I just pull it all out as equity.
So your tenants basically are basically a placeholder for your home.
Mhm.
So then when you decide to get rid of it, you're able to, make that on the equity.
Or also, I mean, yeah, when you sell it, yes, you can, but but like right away, I'm going to take out the extra money and I'm just going to break even.
Okay.
On the
Makes
10
sense.
is, like you said, just a placeholder. I'm just going to break even and I'm going to take out all that money so I can do it again. But I mean, we're talking about big numbers. We're talking about 100 grand or something that I'm going to take out immediately when I
Right.
buy.
Right.
So I'm going to put 10% down and I'm going to take out 20%.
Makes sense. So you make that 10%.
That's my profit
That's your profit.
rather than the $100 a month.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Okay, so that's
Okay.
how that you gotta make it work.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So you're asking me about being a license. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it took me a year to sell my first retail house.
Okay.
And that's because I didn't know anything about marketing. I only knew, I started knowing about real estate and I, and I didn't know anything about marketing at all. So like the day I got my license, I was like, so what do I do next? I had no idea.
Right.
And my firm that I worked for, they didn't even know I existed for a whole month.
Right.
And so I was sitting around doing nothing, like, what the hell do I do?
Wow.
So so learning the skills is the most important thing, but I believe that for most people, they won't learn the skills if they don't become a professional.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
I
It took
gotcha.
me it took me years to learn the skills that I have, 3 4 years to have the skills to be able to even sell houses at all, to be able to go in somebody's house and them not kick you out.
Been there. Gotcha. Gotcha. So you do recommend getting
I
licensed,
do.
but
I think people misrepresent themselves
mm-hmm,
when they're not a professional,
mm-hmm,
and they don't do it on purpose, but they just don't know how to be a professional. So if you don't teach, your kids to stand up straight and all of that, then they're gonna be slouchy.
right,
They're gonna just be disrespectful. And it's the same thing I think with being a realtor. It doesn't You don't even have to take listings or buyers, but it's going to teach you how to act, how to do the paperwork, and how to figure out what's a good deal.
right. Gotcha.
But again,
Gotcha.
I'm back to networking because I learned all of that stuff by being a realtor, by networking.
Gotcha. So we are, I mean, other than the license itself costs what, thousands, right? Well, over thousands, depends on
I
the
mean,
state.
in Washington, there's two MLS fees, which is 500 total
So a
a
thousand.
year. A
Oh,
year.
okay, gotcha.
No,
Like a
a
year.
year it's 500
Okay.
for the MLS fees. The 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 access to the houses is $13 a month. So I mean, we're talking about $100 a year or something. Then the realtor fee is the biggest thing. It's 700 a year for me.
Okay.
So we're looking at like 1,400 a year to be a realtor.
And when that initial expense, how much is that in order to get that license? Well, in your state, like, you know what I mean?
In
Like,
my
isn't there?
state, so I paid $400 for a guy that was running a class. Now
Okay.
mine was kind of a deal, but I just renewed and it's $400
Okay.
online. Um, I don't know if this is good for you or me but Rockwell Institute is where I got mine.
Rockwell Institute. All
RockwellInstitute.com.
right.
I don't know if it's in all the states, but
Okay.
that's definitely, it's at least Washington and a couple other states.
Okay.
But yeah, so there's other ones. Maybe Kaplan is another one. But anyway, yeah, just college. Some of the colleges, they have classes too.
Okay. Cool. So you have that expense, and then you have the expense that you are gonna be basically on your own for whatever period of time until you learn the trade, like you did. Uh,
That is what the expensive part is while you learn.
I'm curious, if you don't want to say what were you doing during that time? Like, how were you eating during that time? Were you like have a part-time job or?
So most people would be struggling, living off their credit cards and all
Right.
kinds of stuff. I had just flipped a house, so
Oh,
I
I see.
had
Okay.
I had
Gotcha.
a good amount of money,
Okay.
and I basically was living off that, but also I have a rental, so that passive
Makes
income
sense.
was paying my bills.
So okay, but because you were that's right, you were a flipper before you were a realtor, and then you became a
Right.
wholesaler. Got you. You had the ideal path because you
Yes.
made some money, and then you got into this business that requires some money, and then now you're here. Most people though are gonna go directly into wholesaling because they don't have money to.
Wholesaling
It's
is
kind
a
of a
good
20 catch 22. So yeah,
it is a good way to get started. The problem is you're going to get sued if you just jump in.
yeah,
You you my first real estate deal ever, okay? I sold a $400,000 house, and or they I sold their $300,000 house, and
yeah.
they bought a $400,000 house.
Wow.
So
Okay.
it was a $700,000 deal, and um, the commission is about 15,000. Um,
Wow.
maybe more like 20. Um, well, so I mean that's great, right?
Yeah.
But I um they made me a counter offer after they made me an offer, and I told them bring it up, make it better. So they sent me a new offer, and it was exactly what I wanted, except for I didn't notice that they marked that they wanted the washer and dryer. The washer and dryer was not for sale. It was brand
Mm,
new, $2,000. So I had to pay the seller $2,000 because I didn't notice that.
gotcha.
I mean, I was
But
still making $15,000, but imagine that was something else that was more than $2,000. Imagine it was $30,000.
yeah.
I would have been paying out of my pocket.
And now you feel like with the training that you had as a realtor, you would have been able to notice stuff like that.
That too, but as a realtor, you have E&O insurance,
Right,
errors and
right. Errors
omissions.
and omissions. Yep. Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
if
So you
if I
can put
owed
that
them,
through your own insurance. That's cool. Okay.
right, yeah. So actually, the firm would have taken over it if it
Okay.
had been like a big, $20,000, $100,000 mess up. Their
Gotcha.
insurance would have paid for it,
Gotcha.
and so that's the key. But they don't, when I'm first starting, they have somebody look over your contracts, and if you're, it's law. Somebody has to look over your contracts for 2 years, and so they didn't notice the little check mark either. But if it was something obvious, they would have checked, they would have known.
Gotcha. Gotcha. That brings me actually to my next question. My last question. If anybody else got questions, please put them in the thing. Unless I'm not looking at the right place, no one else has questions, so I'm just gonna shoot my question. Yvette, we need you back, man. Happy birthday, but we really need you back because I'm doing my best here. All right. So how does it work with your broker? Like when you do a wholesale deal, how does that work? Like, do you pay from your? How does that work? I'm serious. I'm curious.
So an assignment is not a commission. So you don't have to worry
Ooh.
about them stealing
Okay.
your assignment. The thing is, they're going to see you making 30, 40, $50,000 checks. They may want some of that money, but I run everything through my office because that makes it legal. And so even if I had to pay them $1,000, I
Well, yeah.
don't. But who cares? Who cares?
Right.
It's all not just legal, but it's like I don't have any liability. The biggest part of real estate is liability, like I was
Right.
just telling you.
Right.
So, you know, that liability for a couple bucks is nothing.
Gotcha. That actually makes a lot of sense. I'm actually go and get a license. I don't know, but that makes a lot of sense because I honestly, all these years I was thinking, crap, I'm gonna have to change my marketing. Which I don't do much marketing, but still, I have to
Right.
change my marketing. I will have to say I'm a realtor, and all these things run to my head. But you explaining it so well and so accurately, so it makes a lot of sense that, and my how can I say it? My my trade, well, before I got into real estate, I was an insurance agent. So I didn't understand E&O insurance. I understand that. And it's very important.
Okay.
I had to use it a few times myself. So I understand that. So actually I may tell my people to get licensed themselves. Um, and I
I mean,
like the path that you took. So I'm sorry, go ahead.
they don't have to be a real estate agent. They just need to be something that
It's
has
a
to do with real
license.
estate. You know,
Yeah.
there's lenders, there's closing agents. There's all kinds of different things that you can do to get, you know, like, you know, if I need, most people don't even know what a legal description is when they start wholesaling. I can text my friend and say, hey, I need a legal description. You know,
Right.
you're gonna have to wait until Monday to get it, you know?
Right. Right. I have a lot of realtor friends
Right.
that's a very important, guys. If you don't become licensed, at least have some realtor friends, right?
Right, exactly. I
Yeah.
agree. At least you should be working with professionals. You
Yes.
don't need
Yes.
you don't need to pay, you know, the biggest construction company to come do your inspections,
Right.
but you should be working with people that know what they're doing.
Right. And it doesn't mean that you have to start calling realtors tomorrow. Because honestly, no offense. A lot of realtors think that what we're doing is illegal.
That
So
most of them. Most of them.
so you know, I always say go direct to seller, do your first deal, low hanging fruit. Let's get that done, and then we can think about, you know, marketing, your license, all that stuff. Then we can think about that because we have some money in our pocket and all that. But yeah, at least network with investor friendly realtors. And
Right.
there's actually realtors that only work with investors, which are some of my friends. Shout out to you guys. Thanks, guys. And they're, you know, they understand the market. And I'd never even thought of, you know, what we talked about listing my deals on the MLS. I never even thought about asking them that, which I should have.
Oh,
But
they don't know. They don't know they can
oh, they
do it.
probably don't know, right?
They don't know. No,
That's what.
everybody
That's the
told me I
thing.
could. Everybody told me I couldn't do it.
Oh,
Everybody.
really? Oh, gotcha.
Everybody. There's 30 people in my office. I bet you two of them know what an assignment is, and one of them has done one.
So you work in an office where they're mostly retail
Nah,
realtors?
they all have hammers. That's all they have. They only have hammers and everything's a nail. That's all they do all day. They can point and click. That's it.
So you are the creative one in the office, basically,
Oh
that
yeah.
is doing all this.
Everybody everybody's like, you know, I they got these 3 bedroom, 2 bath houses. I'm like, I got this commercial daycare for sale.
That's great. That's great. And listen, and plug for you guys. Do you work in Georgia at all? Like, do you do anything out of Georgia?
No,
No.
but I would. I would.
Okay, cool. And I'm gonna put this out there. I'm looking for 6,000 plus square foot event space. So if anybody got that, bring it to me. I'm sure when this interview, and probably when you guys are listening to this interview, I'm gonna need it anyways. And you always need one of those anyway. So you know, just bring it to me. Offmarketninja.com. That's my site. So yeah. Anyways, man. That's all I have. Let me see if anybody else. Guys, get in because this is good stuff. We got 2 people watching, 3 people. Okay. Get in. This is good stuff. Take advantage of my friend Adam here, who that's schooled me, man. That's awesome. I like it. I like it. Oh, Adam, I'm just gonna go ahead and nobody wants to fess up, so I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap it up. All right, man. So real quick, let me throw up your information up here, and so this is where they can find you here. You're on TikTok. I can't wait to see that, by the way.
TikTok is the way to go. If you're not on TikTok, you're missing out.
What are you doing there, man? I haven't even gone, but what do? You do you dance and stuff, or I mean,
Oh
that's
hell no. Oh, you got me fucked up. Oh no.
because my kids are on TikTok and that's what they do. They dance and they do these weird things. And but what
You
do
gotta be
you
yourself.
do?
You gotta be yourself. You gotta be
Oh, you
yourself.
be yourself. Okay, got you.
Information is the new wave.
Got you. Yeah, it is. It is for sure. All right, so you can find Adam on Facebook / Adam.Dutchman.39. That's his Facebook page, right? So that's your personal Facebook page, right? You good with that, right?
Okay.
Okay, cool. And then I did a YouTube search on how to wholesale real estate, and I found you, the first person that came up. And I also did a TikTok search, which I didn't even know you could do that. TikTok search, how to wholesale real estate all together, and that's the first thing I came off your TikTok. That's you up
Good.
there, with 80,000 followers. So that's cool. I got to check that out. See what you got going on in there. Um, and anyways, this the top part is in my is the Adam's information. Anything else you wanna plug or anything else, Adam?
That's it. Thank you.
That's it. Okay, cool. So
Thanks for
that's
having
how
me.
they can that's how they can find you. Dutchman Realty. Do you guys have a page that we need to plug in here?
No,
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 just find you on there.
just my social medias. That's where it's at.
Just your social media. Okay, got you. Cool, cool. All right. So I'm Jonathan from offmarketninja.com. I run a group called Real Estate Wholesale and Real Estate, like you heard me talk about earlier. And our just check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/, offmarketninja.com, all spelled out. If you want to reach us, you can do through Facebook, but we have an email, ninja@offmarketninja.com. And again, we actually have launched already our site, offmarketninja.com. You'll get access to nationwide buyers who will buy your deals, an A through Z wholesaling blueprint, and access to any of our future mini courses, which we have going on. Many other features still being built on. We will have member Q&A just as this one, and we will have members asking the questions as well. The price for that is $30 a month, and $30 a month for life. As long as you're still a member, I'm only letting 30 people in, and it's free for the first 30 days just right now. I'm not sure when I'm gonna go ahead and stop that. Anyways, so Adam, I appreciate it, man. You taught me a lot. I'm probably gonna go and start studying. Real quick, how hard is that test? Because I took my insurance test and that was a pain. I taken it like 3 times. How's that
It's
test?
not it's not easy, but I got it on the first try, and that's
Okay.
because I was serious about it. You got to be serious about anything you're actually, don't even do this business if you're not serious about it.
Right, of course. And don't do the business. I'm glad you brought that up. Don't do the business if you're gonna do 10 other things. If you're gonna do real estate in their forex and Bitcoin or whatever else you got going on, don't do
Right.
that. Don't do that. You have to be focused on what you got going on. So that's cool. And it's the same place, actually. You guys do the test in the same place that I did my insurance licenses. I think it's Preston View or something like that it's called. Well, at least here in Georgia. But anyway, so yeah, man. Thank you, Adam. Thank you again. And I apologize again for rescheduling you so many times. I really had a lot of fun. I appreciate your time. And anything else you want to end with? Anything at all? You good?
No, that's it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
Yep.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.